There's a secret truth about personal development the industry do not want you to know that keeps the gullible public spending $10 billion a year while they largely get the same results. I'm going to share with you in this video how to avoid the trap of falling into spending money on personal growth but still hitting that glass ceiling that so many people bang their head against time after time. My name is Peter Sage, and I've spent the last 30 years helping and teaching people in personal growth how to avoid the glass ceilings that the industry continually trap people in by sharing with you one secret that you're about to learn. But first of all, why is it that so many people self-sabotage? Why is it that so many people fail to conquer procrastination using motivation? Let's look at a parallel with the pharmaceutical industry. Everybody now knows, it's common knowledge, that $1 trillion a year industry isn't designed to cure people. It's not designed to fix people. It's designed to keep them taking drugs to perpetuate symptoms. Very similar to how motivation in the personal growth industry is designed to keep you coming back for more without really treating the underlying cause. Now, my long-term friend and business mentor, Dan Pena, the $50 billion man, often states that personal growth is a waste of time, and he's partially right. See, what Dan states is that personal development is useless because it cannot be measured. And the measurement that he often uses for his students is one of money. What's in the bank? Well, that has some limited value because entrepreneurs' bank accounts are always going up and down. But let's look at why some of Dan's students succeed about what he teaches, while the vast majority of people, and not just Dan's students, but all students, fail miserably because it has nothing to do with the quality of the content that they're buying into. It has everything to do with your level of self-esteem. You see, the great Jim Rohn summed it up perfectly. He said that your level of success will never exceed your level of personal development because success is something you attract by the person you become. And the big secret that nobody tells you, my friends, is this: you cannot buy your way out of an internal issue. If you're seeking external skills, courses, new ideas, opportunities to try to cover up what is essentially internal self-esteem or insecurity issues, you are wasting your time. And so I'm going to sum up the #1 law in personal growth that I've come to see as the truth that they don't want you to know about in one phrase. People will never rise above the opinion of themselves, ever. Now, how do you quantify that? How do you drill down that? How do you make that real? Very simple. See, the one thing we weren't taught in school is the fact we have 2 bank accounts, not just one. We have a financial bank account, which everybody's familiar with, but we also have an emotional bank account. And the two are linked, but they're not linked in the way that you understand. You see, most people's financial bank account leads their emotional bank account. If you've got money in the bank, you're feeling pretty good. But if you've got no money in the bank, or if you've got debts, or you're struggling right now financially, most people's emotional bank account drops through the floor. Here's the challenge. Your financial net worth does not lead your self-worth. It is the other way around. So if you want your financial bank account to go up, your emotional bank account has to go up first. In other words, your self-worth leads your net worth, not the other way around, my friends. And when you really understand that, you become impervious to the distractions out there that are telling you you're not good enough unless you have a lot of money in the bank. You know, I'm an entrepreneur. I've been up, I've been down, I've made millions, I've lost millions. I enjoy the ride because what's in my bank doesn't affect my emotional bank account. It stands strong, it stands proud. And you see, the magic to that is understanding what money really is, because it's only really one measure of success, but it's the one most people associate their self-worth to. But when you understand that money is a measure of the value that you can add, you only ever get money by giving something of value first, whether it's 40 hours a week in a job or a product or a service in a business. But how do you show up to add more value to the world? You show up by having a high emotional bank account, having that sense of self-esteem. So before you run off and invest money in new business opportunities or new seminars teaching you how to set goals or be motivated, start working on what is stopping you right now from accepting your own greatness. Who was it that told you you weren't good enough? You know, they had absolutely no right to do so. Who was it in your past that gave you a reference for saying that you would never amount to anything? Forget that. They may have had your best interests at heart at some level, but the truth is nobody has the right to tell you you're not good enough. You were born good enough. And when you own that at that level, you escape the trap of having to buy something to prove that you are. And when you own that at that level, my friends, life transforms. So here's my 10-second recap. You can't buy your way out of an internal insecurity no matter how good the marketing tells you you can. 2, People will never rise above the opinion of themselves. And 3, nobody but nobody has the right to tell you you're not good enough and you can't do it. I believe in you, I love you, I'll see you on the next video. Hey, Peter here, hope you enjoyed that video, but remember, knowing and not doing is the same as not knowing. It's not about being passively entertained, it's about applying what you've learned in your life to make a difference. If you enjoyed that, please subscribe, hit the bell button to be notified, and leave me a comment below, let me know what you think. And if you really want to make a difference, hit the share button and share this with somebody you care about, and let's see if we can make the world a little better place.